Ever wondered why your cat knocks things off the table, grooms the exact spot where you touch them, or licks you 1 second, then suddenly bites you the next? It's not just weird behavior. Every move your cat makes is a hidden signal most owners never notice. Let's uncover the secret meanings behind the behaviors you see every day, but never truly understood. Number 1, grooming herself right after you pet her. You finish petting her. She seemed to enjoy it, purring, leaning in. Then, the moment your hand lifts, she starts licking the exact spot you touched. Your first thought, did she not like it? She liked it. That's actually the problem. Your hand leaves a scent on her fur. Your skin oils, your lotion, traces of everything you've touched. For a cat whose identity is built around her own scent profile, a foreign smell on her coat is something that needs addressing. She's not erasing your touch. She's incorporating it, licking it in, blending your scent with hers. Some behaviorists also believe the self-grooming is a self-soothing response. Petting triggers positive arousal, and grooming helps her regulate back to calm. Either way, it's a response to feeling something, not rejecting it. And that need to stay close to you, to keep your scent, to stay connected, is exactly what drives behavior number 2. You've tripped over it more than once. Weaving between your legs, she wraps herself around your ankles. Figure 8s, slow circles, full body contact, usually right when you're walking, which makes no sense because you almost step on her every single time. She knows. She doesn't care. This behavior goes back to how cats greet each other in the wild. When two cats who trust each other meet, they weave and rub their bodies together, exchanging scent, reinforcing their bond, essentially saying, "We belong to the same group." Your cat is doing that to you. She's scent marking you as hers, not in a possessive way, in a family way. You carry her smell. She carries yours. In her mind, that's what makes you safe. The reason she does it when you're walking, that's when you're in motion, available, present, right there. She's greeting you the only way she knows how. But once that greeting is done and you sit down, she has a completely different way of showing trust, one that always gets you in trouble, showing you her belly. She flops, full stretch, belly completely exposed, eyes half closed like she's posing for a photo. You reach to pet it. She grabs your hand like a trap. Here's what actually happened. The belly display was never an invitation. It was a confession. A cat's stomach is its most vulnerable spot. Organs, no protection, zero defense. Showing it to you means she feels so unthreatened in your presence that she's willing to expose her most undefended part. It's the highest trust signal a cat has, but the reflex to protect that area is wired into her nervous system. The moment your hand makes contact, instinct fires, not aggression, just ancient automatic defense kicking in before her brain can stop it. She loves you enough to show you the belly. She's just not evolved enough yet to let you touch it. Now, there's another instinct she absolutely cannot control, and it happens at 3 a.m., right above your head, going crazy at 3 a.m., 2:47 a.m. You're asleep. Then, thunder across the ceiling. She's running, full sprint, wall to wall, for no reason. You've accepted this. You shouldn't have to. Cats are crepuscular, most active at dawn and dusk, which is when their prey is moving in the wild. But domestic cats, especially indoor ones, sleep too much during the day because nothing stimulates them. That stored energy has to go somewhere. 3 a.m. is when it goes. The zoomies are also how cats process stress and excitement. A burst of full-speed movement releases tension the same way a hard workout does for you. She's not malfunctioning. She's regulating. More evening playtime before bed reduces zoomies significantly. 10 minutes of active play can quiet a night completely. But when she finally does go still, completely unnervingly still, she's doing something that looks even stranger than running, staring at a blank wall. She's sitting, completely still, staring at the corner of the wall. Nothing is there. She doesn't blink. She doesn't move. She just stares. Your first instinct is to Google haunted house. Here's what's actually happening. Cats can hear frequencies up to 64,000 hertz. You top out around 20,000. What looks like an empty wall to you might have a mouse inside it, a pipe vibrating, an insect moving behind the plaster, all perfectly audible to her, completely silent to you. Her vision also picks up subtle motion far better than yours does. A tiny spider, a shadow shift from outside, a flicker of light you never registered. She's not seeing ghosts. She's seeing and hearing a completely different layer of your home that you have no access to. Now, from staring at something you can't see to deliberately destroying something you can. Behavior 6 is the one that makes you question your entire relationship. Knocking things off tables. She makes eye contact with you, looks at the glass on the table, paws it slowly to the edge, looks at you again, pushes it off. It was deliberate. You both know it. This one has layers. First, cats are tactile explorers. Pawing at objects gives them information. Weight, texture, whether it's alive and will react. Knocking things tests the environment. Second, if she makes eye contact before doing it, she's almost certainly learned that this specific action gets your immediate attention. You come running, you react, you engage. From her perspective, that's a successful interaction she can repeat on demand. Third, indoor cats are often understimulated. Causing a reaction, any reaction, is enrichment. You being annoyed is still engagement. She doesn't hate your belongings. She's figured out a reliable way to make you appear. And once you do appear and start moving through the house, she follows. Specifically to the one room you always try to keep her out of. Following you to the bathroom. You can lose her for hours. She'll be invisible, completely unbothered. Then you go to the bathroom, close the door, and within 60 seconds, there's a paw underneath it. This isn't a coincidence. In the wild, cats are most vulnerable when they're still and enclosed, which is exactly what you are in the bathroom. Your cat follows you there because that's when you need protecting. She's not being invasive, she's doing her job. There's also a territory element. Closed doors are deeply uncomfortable for cats. They signal there's a space they can't monitor, can't access, can't keep safe. The bathroom becomes a problem to solve the moment you disappear behind it. She's not being weird. She's being loyal in the only way her instincts know how. And when you come back out and sit down with her, that loyalty comes out in a way that's equal parts affectionate and confusing. Biting you gently for no reason. You're petting her. She's purring. Everything is perfect. Then she turns and puts her teeth on your hand. Not hard, just holding it there. You don't know if you should be offended. This is called a love bite, and it's more complex than it sounds. Cats use gentle biting as social bonding. Mother cats do it to kittens. Cats do it to each other during grooming. It's physical contact that goes one step beyond the paw, a way of saying, I'm here, I know you're here. It can also be a redirected overstimulation signal. Petting can build sensation past what she can comfortably process, and the bite is her way of saying pause without actually leaving. Either way, it's not aggression. It's communication delivered in the only physical language she's fully fluent in. Now, that same instinct for enclosed, safe spaces shows up somewhere else entirely, and you gave it to her without even knowing. Sitting in a box the moment you open it. The box arrives, you put it down to unpack it. Before you've pulled out the second item, she's inside it, sitting, completely settled, like she ordered it for herself. She kinda did. Boxes satisfy one of a cat's deepest hardwired needs. Enclosed spaces that have one visible entry point. In the wild, that geometry means safety. She can see out, nothing can sneak up behind her. She can monitor her environment from a contained, defensible position. A 2014 study with shelter cats found that cats given boxes to hide in showed dramatically lower stress levels than cats without them. The box isn't a cute quirk. It's psychological shelter. Any enclosed space activates the same instinct. Laundry baskets, open suitcases, the space behind your laptop. If it has edges, she wants inside it. And when there's no box available, she finds the next best thing. She positions herself near you in a way that makes no sense until you understand what she's actually doing. turning her back to you and sitting that way. She walks into the room, finds you, and then turns around and sits facing away from you, right there, right in front of you. She's not upset. She's not ignoring you. This is one of the most misread cat behaviors there is. When a cat turns her back to you and stays close, she's telling you she's completely comfortable enough to not monitor you. In the animal world, showing your back to something means you've decided it's not a threat. She's not dismissing you. She's trusting you with her blind spot. Some cats do this specifically to be near you while also watching the room. They position themselves so you cover one direction and they cover the other. You're her backup. She chose to face away from you because she trusts you completely. That's not rude. That's the highest compliment she has. And that same trust, the kind that makes her completely drop her guard, is what you'll find when you wake up at 3 a.m. to something inches from your face, staring at you while you sleep. You wake up at 3 a.m. and she's 3 inches from your face, completely still, just watching you. Your heart rate spikes. Understandable. Here's what's actually happening. Cats are light sleepers by necessity. In the wild, being deeply asleep means being vulnerable. When you sleep, you become the vulnerable one. Your cat stations herself near you to monitor the environment while you're unaware. She's standing guard. There's also a warmth and rhythm component. Your breathing, your heartbeat, your body heat. These are calming to her. She's not being unsettling. She's been drawn to the safest, warmest, most rhythmic thing in the room. She's not watching you. She's watching over you. And while she guards you in silence at night, during the day, she developed a completely different way to get your attention. One that proves she studied you more carefully than you realize. Meowing. Only at humans, not other cats. Your cat meows at you constantly. For food, for attention, for no clear reason. But you've never heard her meow at another cat, not once. That's not a coincidence. It's a choice. Adult cats almost never meow at each other. It's a kitten behavior. Kittens meow to their mothers when they need something. Adult cats communicate with each other through scent, body language, and vocalizations that aren't meows. But your cat meows at you because she figured out, probably within her first weeks with you, that you don't read body language well. You don't respond to scent signals, but you respond to sound, specifically her sound. She adapted her communication to match what you can understand. She developed a language for you specifically. Every meow she gives you is a deliberate attempt to connect across a species barrier. She's working harder than you realize, and the moment you walk out the door, she keeps working, even when you can't see it. Sitting by the door after you leave. You leave. You don't see what happens next. But if you put a camera on your front door, you'd see this. She walks to where you exited and sits there, sometimes for minutes, sometimes longer. She's not waiting for the door to open. She's processing. Cats are creatures of deep routine and scent-based reality. When you leave, your scent lingers. Strongest right at the exit point. Sitting there keeps her as close to you as she can get while you're gone. It's the most concentrated version of you that still exists in the space. Some cats do this for a few minutes and move on. Others sit much longer. The duration often reflects how deeply bonded she is and how much your absence registers as a disruption to her world. She misses you in the only way her brain can process missing. And the second you walk back in, before you even say a word, her body does something that tells you exactly how long she was waiting. Stretching when she sees you. You walk into the room. She spots you. And instead of running over, she drops into a full dramatic stretch. Front paws forward, back arched, like she just woke up from the best nap of her life. She didn't just wake up. She did that for you. In cat language, stretching in front of someone is a vulnerability display. Muscles extended, body fully open, zero defensive position. She's showing you she feels completely unthreatened by your presence, safe, enough to be physically open. It's also a greeting. Cats stretch to activate their muscles before interaction. She's physically preparing to engage with you. That stretch means you matter enough to get ready for. She saw you. She felt something. Her body responded before she even took a step toward you. And later that night, when you finally go to bed, she picks a very specific spot. Not next to you, not on your pillow, somewhere that tells you exactly how seriously she takes her job. Sleeping at your feet specifically. She could sleep anywhere. The couch, the windowsill, the warm spot by the radiator. But she chooses the end of your bed, right at your feet, every single night. That spot is deliberate. Your feet move least while you sleep. For a cat sharing a bed with a large, unpredictable human, the foot of the bed is the safest position. Close enough to feel your presence and body heat, far enough to avoid being rolled onto. It's the perfect distance. There's also a guarding element. At your feet, she faces the room. She can monitor the entire space while you sleep, protecting you from any direction without being trapped against a wall. She's not choosing your feet because she's indifferent. She's choosing them because that's where she can be closest to you and still do her job. And sometimes, in the middle of that quiet connection, she switches from something gentle to something that leaves a mark, licking, then biting you. She's licking your hand, calm, rhythmic, then teeth. Not hard, but real. You didn't move. You didn't do anything. She just switched. This one confuses almost every cat owner. It shouldn't. It's called love bite grooming, and cats do it to each other constantly. During mutual grooming sessions, cats alternate between licking and gentle biting. The bite helps work through tangles and applies pressure that the tongue alone can't. It's part of the same grooming sequence, not a separate aggressive act. When she bites you mid-lick, she's just completing the motion. Her instinct fired the next step in the pattern. To her, the bite and the lick are one continuous behavior. It can also signal she's hit her stimulation limit and needs a pause, but the tenderness of the bite tells you everything. That's not aggression. That's fluency in a language you're still learning. And if you want to see what full, unfiltered happiness looks like on a cat, wait until you come home tomorrow. Because behavior 17 has zero dignity and all the honesty. Rolling on the floor when she sees you, you open the door, she's there, and instead of walking to you, she drops to the floor and starts rolling. Back and forth, paws in the air, completely undignified. It's the least cool thing she does. It's also one of the most honest. Floor rolling is a full-body expression of comfort and excitement. When a cat rolls in front of you, she's exposing her belly, her throat, her entire underside, every vulnerable part, all at once. It's a trust display so complete it bypasses all her usual defenses. She's also releasing scent from glands along her back and sides, marking the space where you just arrived as safe and familiar. Your presence just made the room better. Her body is announcing that fact whether she wants it to or not. She can't help it. You make her that happy. Here's what I want you to do. Think of the one behavior on this list that your cat does every single day, the one you always thought was weird or random. Got it? Now comment it below, just the number, because I guarantee hundreds of people watching this right now have the exact same cat doing the exact same thing, and none of you knew why until now. And if this video finally made your cat make sense, hit that like button. It took her 17 behaviors to explain herself. The least she deserves is a like.